And also at 3 o'clock, Chelsea take on Everton. We can look ahead to that one now. Enzo Maresco won Manager of the Month for November yesterday after 3 wins and a draw in the Premier League, but they are winless in December. Clinging on to the top 5 by the skin of their teeth, we can talk to Chelsea fan and TikToker now, Burn. Good morning, Burn. How are you?
Hi, Burn.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm well, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. Good to have you on with us, Burn.
Yeah. Oh look, Burn. Let's put this to bed quite quickly because Chelsea, as Shaban said, December's been a bit tricky. Defeat at Leeds, changes at Atalanta, lose that game. Going into today's game, I'm looking against a very resilient Everton. Are you conscious of, just looking at Chelsea and what type of team they are? I can't make up my mind. I see them on some days and I think, really good side. And then I see them on other days and I go, do you know what? Can't believe they've just lost that game.
Yeah, no, I certainly think this has happened for a couple of years now. I mean, Chelsea have been pretty inconsistent pretty regularly, but I think there's a massive positive to take, especially from last month. I mean, we see Maresca's won Manager of the Month, and then we've gone into this month and we've had a pretty tough start. But at the end of the day, it was a 6-day period. We had 3 games in 6 days. We've had to rotate so much. If we look at last season, we finished the summer Club World Cup winners, Conference League winners. We'd also qualified for the Champions League. We'd won so many games towards the end of the season. We looked really, really good, really, really strong. And then we come to this season thinking we're going to have a pretty good year, but obviously playing Champions League football, having Cole Palmer out for a long period of time, it's been a really tough period. But I do think the whole discourse this week has been a bit blown out of the water because at the end of the day, it was a 6-day period where we've had 3 games where we've been pretty poor. But overall, I think this year we've been a pretty good team, and you can't go from title challengers and this sort of discourse going around that, and then suddenly be really poor. So yeah, no, I think it's been a bit of a blip, but I don't think it's necessarily anything to really worry about.
Talk centre half position. Now that's for me one of the biggest issues Maresca's going to have. And look, it doesn't help when players like Fofana, who when he plays can be a really decent player for Chelsea, but there's been so many changes in that area. Colwell being injured out a long time, but seeing Bajesteele, Toussaint come in and others, it's a real issue, that position for Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, overall, Colwell being injured is like a massive, massive loss for us. I think him having an ACL, I mean, he's out for the season. That's really, really poor for us in terms of how solid we're going to be at the back. Fofana filling in at right centre back, he's obviously had massive injury issues. We then had Badiashile came in. He played against Liverpool, was really, really good that game. He's then suddenly injured. And we've had all of these issues going around the centre backs. And then you've got to rely on a player like Josh Champong, who's 19 years old. It's not really fair to suddenly chuck him in the deep end. Reece James has filled in at centre back. I mean, there is a partly to blame for Maresca changing the centre backs around so much, because that is a position on the pitch where you have to keep that solid. You need to build a partnership. It's 2 players that have to have such a good relationship, and the whole back line has to work as a unit, whereas other players on the pitch can be more creative. They can dot around the pitch. They can do what they want, whereas those 2, they have to be a solid 2 options. But we really haven't been blessed with either a bunch of talent or a centre-back partnership. So that's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite amazing because Chalobah was the one that looked like he might be going out the bridge during the summer, and then he's become the most important one at the moment, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's been so solid. I mean, that game for me against Barcelona, he was like absolutely incredible. He was so solid, was tracking everything, was really, really great. I thought him and Fofana were absolutely fantastic against Arsenal as well. And I do hope that they both starting more games with each other, because they were so good. And what they've kept, I think it's 5 clean sheets in a row now. So those 2 for me are like absolutely great options. They have to start more together. And I hope that they can push on and really build a good connection.
Well, I'm at the game today, Bern, and Everton are a tricky customer because, apart from the defeat against Newcastle at home where they were beaten 4-1, they've been really good in the response after that and before. So they've had, a good number of victories of late, Everton.
Yeah, I don't want to discredit Everton at all. I do think this league table that we've got right now is really crediting some teams and discrediting others. I mean, Everton being in 7th and like a Newcastle being in 12th makes them look like they're miles apart. But the fact there's only 3 points between us in 5th and Newcastle just shows how tight it is. I do think Everton are a solid team. I think Kieran Dewsbury Hall has been a massive asset for them recently, especially picking up goals and assists. I think Iliman and Dye is absolutely fantastic. I think players like Grealish have stepped up, although I think Grealish is is okay. He's had a decent start to the season. He's picked up a few goals and assists. I just don't see them scoring that many goals today. If we can bag a couple, I can't see us how we're not going to win this game. And especially with probably Esteval and Palmer starting, I just don't really see how they could get a result against us.
We will see how it goes at the bridge today, Chelsea, Everton. Before we let you go, Burn, your TikTok and your social media is flying. All your content that you're making. There's a little niche one that going around just now about things that footballers do according to you. If you're watching on the YouTube or on your smart TV, take a look at this.
Some incredibly niche things that I reckon footballers do. I feel like Jack Grealish doesn't like plain water. Like, he has to have like squash with his water. I feel like this is because I've got a mate who looks just like Jack Grealish, and the only time he ever drinks water is as a cup of tea or Ribena. I don't think Virgil van Dijk's ever been jump scared. Like, you know when you prank your mate and you hide behind a corner, you go, ooh, and they go, oh, and I just feel like Van Dijk would just stand there and just stare at you. Like, and this is like from birth as well. Like, this guy's never been scared of anything his entire life. For some reason, I feel like Rodri's really good at ironing. I don't quite know why. I've never actually seen this guy in clothes outside of his football attire. I might have to have a look at that, but I just feel like he's just so good at it. I feel like he has like a strategy and a routine behind it. I feel like James Ward-Prowse has never touched PlayStation in his life. Like, he refuses against it. Like, he thinks it's one of the worst things ever to ever touch a console. Like, he absolutely despises anyone who's ever touched a game. He also just, like, is one of those guys that has an iPhone just to take calls. Like, doesn't use it for anything else, has no social media, just straight on the phone. Very strict on himself. 7:30 alarm every single day, cold shower straight away. Like, he's so uniformed and correct. Never touched a sip of alcohol either.
Burn, keep up the randomness. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir. At BTEC Burn on TikTok if you want to have a little look. By the way,
He doesn't do the ironing.
No, I don't. Yeah. Rodri looks really good at ironing. Was it Rodri said looks good at ironing? So random. This Saturday, by the way, two undefeated super middleweights, Diego Pacheco and Kevin Lee Saggio clash for the WBC silver and WBO international titles. Eye in a World title shot. You can watch it live with our friends tonight on DAZN.